Hello everyone, welcome once again to the quarterfinals of the FTX Road to Miami. And one of the most anticipated matches in this quarterfinals is this match between Aronian and Erigaisi. As far as we can remember, in the prelims, Erigaisi defeated Levon with his king walk. And fittingly, in this quarterfinals, Levon won both games with king walks. So Levon Aronian flips the script in the quarterfinals. Let's check it out. Okay. Here, Arjun went for d4, Levon went for d5, c4 takes. Knight f3. In one of the games, Arjun went for e4, yeah, and then b5. But this time, he played knight f3. Knight f6, e3. Okay, e6, bishop takes c4, a6, castles, c5. Takes, 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 takes. All right. So everything else is equal. Only open file. Okay, now there are two open files, D and C. Yep. Bishop e2 back, king e7. King is always safe with pawns, yeah. Knight e5, knight b7, knight c4, a5. Bishop into f3, g5, nice move by Levon. Trying to attack that bishop at g4. Now, if you stop it with h3, then black has h5. G4 is always there. So knight c3, g4. All right, now no more pressure on this knight square. Bishop d1, b6. All right, without that bishop on f3, black can now make use of a6 here. Oops, to the rook. Knight a4, bishop a6, and b3, protecting the knight on c4. Bishop e4, takes b6, takes, no problem for the ball. Sacrificing a pawn. Takes, bishop a6 back. Knight into b6, rook d8. Again, the activity. Rook on a1, it's bad. Limited also, bishop. The bishop cannot go e2. There's a bishop on a6. Pawn is guarding f3. Here, bishop c2 was played. Now, if you go bishop b2, then the knight can jump to e4 and potentially rook to d2. Double attack on b2 and f2. So bishop c2, knight e4. What a move by Levon. Is it free? It should know, because bishop takes e4 runs into a back rank mate with rook to d1. Oops. So knight c4 was played, f5. Okay, good outpost. Bishop a3, no problem. Takes on c4. Takes b4, takes b4, takes on c4, rook d2. Okay, white is still one pawn up. But unfortunately for white, his king is not safe on g1. He played h3. Levon just played king d6 and ignored that pawn to gain some tempo. We're talking about king walk here. King c5. g5, king takes c4. Oh, Levon's king. g3, king c3. Thank you, king. King g2, king b2. Rook h1. Rook to d7, protecting h7. Attacking a2. Rook h4 takes b3. Right, rook takes to e6. Now, white actually has many pawns connected as that. Rook b7, threatening b2. Rook a6 check, correct? King b1. And here white blundered with g6. Okay, probably he was counting on his connected pawns, especially three connected pawns, and the king is far away. Yeah, but the way to save here is f4 first. If b2, ignore that pawn, is king f3. This is king c2, or okay, let's say king c1. King C1, there's rook H6. Nice. Okay, it's hard to find though. If you promote, for example, and queen, okay, rook H1 check. King C2, rook takes B1. Okay, rook has to go from behind. The Tarash rule, F5. But though this is not an easy endgame by any means. Yeah. Then G6, oops, G6 takes. This is not humanly passable. Okay, rook B6. Imagine this is a draw, right? How can this be a draw? Rook takes G6 and then G4. Be an amazing draw. Just because of this pawn, king cannot make use of D4. Okay, rook G8, king F5. You take the pawn on E3, G5. It's a draw. The drawn endgame. Yeah. King is too late. King D4, G6. It is too late. Oops, king F6. If you check, king E7. Yeah. Even you go far away, G7, and then king F7, and then promote usually. Okay, it's a study-like position, but it's pretty hard, especially when you have a very low, you're very low on time. It's hard to find these moves. So understandably, Erigaisi went for G6, counting on the 3 pawns, but different. Takes B2. It still play rook H6, same thing, yeah. King C2, rook H1, but Levon has rook D7. Even B1. Okay, let's take a look at this endgame. B1. Rook takes B1. Takes B1. Okay, now king is closer to that pawn. Okay, you push that pawn, king goes to D3. Because now if you play F3, the king just goes to E3. And you lose all your pawns with tempo. So that's not possible. If you move your king to F3, I'll cut you off. Let's say you use G4, king D3. All right, let's take a look at G5. Okay, we'll just cut you off. Okay, cutting off on the 4th or the 5th rank. We call this one in the Dvoretsky endgame manual the 5th rank cut off. Yeah, the 5th rank or the 4th rank cut off. Okay, once the pawn moves 2 squares away from the king, it's time to attack that pawn and go from behind. Then you get it. Yeah. So that's the 5th rank cut off. Yeah. So pawn cannot move there. If let's say you go king G3, king goes to E4. Once the king steps closer to the pawn, okay, let's say go king G4, I can go behind. Tarash rule, go behind the pass pawn. This pawn cannot move. You will take on E3. Okay, if you push, for example, F4, okay, you can check. Yeah, you can check on G1 if you want. King H5, just king F5. What to do, Yani? You cannot push. E4 takes F4. King H6. Okay, you can attack the base with rook E1. You're gonna go G6 because that is going to be there's going to be a rook and rook, yeah, or even I take. What else can you do? Okay, let's show it. G6. I can take the pawn on E3. You push that pawn is going to be mate. Rook H3. Oops. You move that king to H7. There's rook check, king G7, and rook G3. That's the importance of rook behind the pass pawn. Thanks to Tarash. Yeah, so that's it. An important endgame. Rook behind, yeah. Rook behind on B1. And the king goes closer to the 3 pawns. Game over. Again, G4 here. Same thing, king D3. Once the king, okay, let's take a look at G3. It's king E4. Use this one. If the king goes f3, use the other line. Yes, this line. So that was a very instructive endgame by LeBron. Okay, a blunder also in the end by Erigaisi, but thanks to LeBron's pressuring your opponent, and also the experience. And in the second game, look at Levon's position. He was white. He has this pawn nail on g6, yes, nailing that king, pressuring also the back rank with mate. And then he starts his king walk with king h2, king e4 first, king g2, take the pawn, king g3 up, queen f2, threatening mate f7, sorry, f7 and f8. Queen has to move back, king h4, king b7, and now simplifying into a winning king and pawn, the most basic endgame. Takes, king h5, right? Active king against a passive king, so white can outflanking black. g6, king h6. After g5, king h5, what a move. You don't capture, yes, because if you capture, oh, it's still winning though, king g7, king h5. That's the one. Okay, yes, this one, so you get the opposition, tempo with opposition, and if king f7, king h6. You don't need to push the pawn here. I just want to be greedy and take the pawn on e6. Easier to win. So Levon won both games, yeah, with his king walk. In the prelims, it was Arjun's king walk winning Levon. Levon is actually master of his craft, yeah, and also he has this revenge in his mind. You beat me with the king walk, I'll get one on you, yeah? I'll get one on you with the same king walk. But this time it's twice. All right, that was it. Levon marches his queen twice to victory in the quarterfinals against Erigaisi. So the semis, it will be Levon Aronian versus Duda and Wei versus Rahul. We will continue our coverage of the FTX road to Miami in the semifinals. Thank you guys for supporting our channel, Charles Masters and Charles Entertainment on Facebook and YouTube. This is Coach Oliver. Stay safe, everyone. Bye.